to your notes a year and a half ago, you asked the Obama people, what are you going to do? They said, we're going to identify our voters, we're going to find them, we're going to keep in touch with them, and we're going to turn them out. And nationally, if you look at the electorate, men 47%, shaded red because Governor Romney won, but women, there's a big gender gap, 53%. If you're winning as the president did 55% of the biggest chunk of the electorate and you're competitive elsewhere, you're on your way to winning the election. This is the women vote, if you look at it here. That's one piece. Let me slide it over. That's nationally. This plays out in swing states as well. You get to a state like Colorado, the president actually won the men's vote as well. But women made 51% of the electorate. Once a reliably Republican state in Colorado. Look at that. More of a classic swing state. It's closer here in Colorado, but the president won there by being competitive among women as well. And I'll move you over to one more. This is a little touchy. She's had a tough couple days. 48% in Ohio were men, 52% in Ohio were women. And once again, Anderson, you look at the gender gap. This is just the gender gap, and bang, especially college-educated women in the suburbs critical to the Obama coalition. But that's not the only piece. That's the only piece. Let's come back and look nationally by race. When we saw this number last night, we knew Governor Romney was in trouble. Only 72% of the electorate was white yesterday. Governor Romney needed that up at 74, even 75%. African Americans, 13% of the population. Again, a lot of people thought that would drop. High African American unemployment. Not history the second time around. The Obama campaign, that operation you talked about, found them, got in touch with them, and turned them out in Philadelphia, in Cleveland, elsewhere across the country. And look at this. The president got 93% of their votes. Again, 13% of the electorate, but you're getting 93% of the votes. And this is historic. Latinos crossed double digits, 10% nationally for the first time. And this is not only part of the president's victory coalition, this is a long-term generational crisis for the Republican Party. 7 in 10 votes among Latinos nationally for the president, 27% for Governor Romney. And again, Anderson, it's not just nationally. You look at states like Nevada, where the white vote is smaller. Why? Because the Latino vote is nearly 20% of the vote in the state of Nevada. The president gets 71%. Can't win. You can't win. The other side can't win when the numbers are like that. And let's bring this over. Colorado, much more of a white vote, 78%, but Latinos at 14%, excuse me. Let me pop out the pie chart one more time, and the president getting 75%. Let me shift walls, Anderson, just take one more minute of your time. I want to show you this. Nevada used to be a swing state in presidential politics. Colorado used to be a Republican state in presidential politics. New Mexico was a swing state in presidential politics. Florida, a swing state in presidential politics. If the Democrats keep getting 66, 70% of the Latino vote, watch this. The darker the area, the higher the Latino population. So in Nevada, Colorado, and New Mexico, it's almost game over. In Florida last night, we're still waiting to get the final results. Latino vote critical to the president's lead. And if you look at the state of Texas in the long term, if the Republicans don't solve this problem, 1 or 2 or 3 more presidential elections, we might be talking about Texas as a blue state, Anderson.